I thought, okay, I'm just going to go. I'm going to do a consultation. I'm going to start kickboxing. Great. And then when I met with you and you explained your whole program, it got me like excited. I'm like, oh, this is even better. So this is a whole program. There's nutrition. It took me this long to figure out, oh, this is how you eat? Oh, this is amazing.
The other thing can happen is that you can inspire other people to lose weight. And I know at least number 2 happened with you, with your husband.
Yes. I was legit getting jealous. I'm like, oh, stop looking so good. Coach Josh is great. He kept reminding me of that. He's like, just keep doing it. Trust the process. You're going to see the results. Just keep at the program. And then when I had a few drinks last night, he's like, the booze, stay away from the booze.
All right, Lesli and everybody. So welcome to Becoming a Better You podcast. So today we're going to talk with Lesli, one of our transformation clients, on her journey and where she's at now, where she was, and then where she wants to go. So welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So what are we celebrating now? What transformation?
I've lost about 40 pounds since, when did I start here? August 28th.
I think that's exactly when you did. Probably like 7:37 at night.
It's ingrained in my brain. Yeah. So, just started with a 6-week challenge and just kept going 6 weeks at a time. I'm on my third 6-week challenge.
That's how you do it, right? It's always 6 weeks, yes.
It's always 6 weeks. It's not as fast. Like that first 6 weeks, I lost 20 pounds.
So talk to me about that. So when you're first coming in to a program and you see results that quickly, right? And legit, it's sustainable. It wasn't like we had you starve.
Right.
What does that do to like your excitement, your motivation? So you dropped 20 in 6 weeks.
It was very exciting. I didn't want to expect that though, because I knew it wasn't going to be 20 pounds every 6 weeks.
Sure.
Because that's not realistic. But it was really exciting. It really motivated me. I felt it physically. I all of a sudden I was able to just do things easier.
Such as?
Just even walking up and down the stairs in my house. I walk from the train station to my office when I go into work. That's like a 10-minute walk. And now all of a sudden it wasn't exhausting. Like, you know, a 10-minute walk shouldn't exhaust you, but you lose a little bit of that extra poundage and it just makes it easier to move and easier to function and just do basic things.
Do you think that when we talk about like someone wanting to get in shape, I think everyone's so focused on the fat loss that they often forget about the endurance, the strength, the mental change, right? I think, especially when we work with mostly women, it's just, I want to lose weight, right? And they say they want to get stronger, but like losing weight is the main thing, which I understand. But it's hard to let them know, like, this is all that's going to happen to you, all the benefits of losing weight and getting stronger and being more mentally strong. Do you remember where you were when you started, like mentally?
I was very depressed. My self-esteem was really low. Just not having any confidence. I didn't want to get dressed. I was dressing really
baggy.
Yeah, very baggy, very frumpy, very. Part of it was I couldn't fit into half my clothes. So that was part of the problem. And I was not going to buy new clothes, but it was, I just really did not have a good view of myself physically or mentally.
And how long did you feel like that?
Oh, it's probably been a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's always that point where you get to that decision point, right? The threshold where you have to make a change.
Yeah.
What was that? How did you get there?
Just not feeling myself. I really did not feel like Lesli. I felt like this weird version of Lesli that I really didn't know anymore. And I wanted to get back to the healthy Lesli, the one that felt good about herself, that had confidence, that could go out and talk to people and be around people and not feel like I needed to, scoot out quickly. Or
did you feel that your body didn't match your personality?
Not at all. Yeah.
Because you're very outgoing.
You're
very outgoing. I mean, this is early in the morning, right? But you're very outgoing. So how did you find us? So let me back up for a second. You knew you wanted to make a change.
Yes.
You just didn't know where to go, what to do.
Well, I used to do kickboxing.
Okay.
pre-COVID, and I loved it. It's the only exercise that I've ever really like wanted to go to. You know, usually like when I would join a gym, it's like, I gotta go to the gym. I gotta walk on that stupid treadmill for a half hour or whatever the case may be. And going to kickboxing, it's like, oh yeah, I get to punch something. I get to, it's always, you know, it was just more exciting. So I wanted to find a new kickboxing studio because the previous one I'd gone to, COVID put them out of business, and there's nothing near me. And
you drive a long way to come to us, right?
I drive all the way from North Attleboro, Massachusetts, 3 times a week.
And I tell people this, like people don't understand Rhode Island where we're at. People won't drive to a neighboring city 5 minutes away to go to another gym.
Oh.
Right? Like that's how Rhode Islanders are. I understand that. I go to a gym to lift weights that I don't even like, but it's literally 2 minutes from my house versus going to a 7-minute drive. Right? I get it. But but it's different, right? Because we're a coaching program. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's worth it. The drive it's not, and it's worth it for myself. I'm worth it to put myself as a priority to come. Like it's
Did you have a hard time doing that initially?
No, because when I walked in here, so I heard about Bochner's from my hairdresser, Michelle Shea, who I love and is absolutely fantastic.
And your hair looks amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you, Michelle. She had been talking about you forever. For years. She's been coming here. Her husband comes here. And so she told me about it, but I was like, oh, Cranston. I'm not going to drive all the way to Cranston.
That's where all the Italians are.
Yeah, I like Italians.
So do I.
And but then my cousin ended up coming because she wanted to take some self-defense jujitsu. So then, but she only lives in North Providence. So yeah, I'm like, all right, whatever. But then I was talking to both of them separately about my frustration with finding a good kickboxing studio. And Michelle was like, come to where I go because he does kickboxing. And I'm like, Cranston. And I'm like, what's the address? So I looked it up on the map and I'm like, it's only 30 minutes away. I think I could do that. Let me go check it out.
And this is what I'm saying, because most people would be 30 minutes away. Forget about it. Right? Like that's literally what they would say. And I understand that on some level. But here's the thing I think. So there's a difference between just a kickboxing school, which you probably did before.
Right.
And a transformation center.
Right.
That uses kickboxing as the modality to lose weight.
Right.
If it was just a kickboxing school, which you did before, do you think you would have continued to make the drive?
I don't think so.
And why is that?
Well, first, when I first met you, I'm just going to back up.
Let's back up. You take it to your podcast.
So I thought, okay, I'm just going to go. I'm going to do a consultation. I'm going to start kickboxing. Great. I'll start, exercising again. It'll be great. And then when I met with you and you explained your whole program, it got me like excited. I'm like, oh, this is even better than just kickboxing class. This is a whole program. There's nutrition, which I was today years old when I found out how I should be eating. Okay. Like I'm in my 40s. It took me this long to figure out, oh, this is how you eat? Oh, this is amazing.
And not your fault because nobody teaches you that.
Nobody teaches you that. And I feel like more small children should be taught how
100%.
to eat. Not just, eat vegetables, because people say eat healthy and you're like, okay, I am eating healthy. I wasn't eating healthy. And now I know what eating healthy is. So you get that nutrition, and plus you get the accountability coaching, which means a lot more than you think it's going to.
Tell me. Yeah. I know that made a huge... So so we do the fitness, nutrition, the accountability. Out of all of those, the accountability coach is the most important in my opinion. Yeah. Because it keeps you on track, keeps you motivated, it keeps you accountable to somebody else besides yourself.
Right. Right.
So I know that was a huge game changer for a lot of people, especially you. So can you tell me about your experience with Coach Josh, who's one of our rock stars?
Coach Josh. Oh.
He was on the podcast. They know him.
So Coach Josh is great. Like he doesn't, at first when I first met him, I thought, because he's Italian, I thought he was going to yell at me a lot. But he doesn't yell. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a lot of, come on, Leslie, But it was... And you too, and everybody, all the coaches, everybody's just so positive. It's like positive reinforcement, not negative. So every day I'd send him, every morning when he was like, you're going to have to take a picture of the scale. And I'm like, all right, I can do that. It's just you, whatever.
Sure.
And so I take a picture of the scale every morning, send it to him through the app. And then he would always respond with like a thumbs up, even if I would write, because I'd always write a little comment like, oh, I'm not where I want to be, or oh, I only lost 2 ounces, but it's like, yeah, 2 ounces from yesterday.
Right.
Like that's, you're losing, you know? And he kept reminding me of that. He's like, just keep doing it. Trust the process. You're gonna see the results. Just keep at the program. And then when I, you know, he would, when I would be bad, and as long as I was always very honest with him. I'm like, yeah, had a few drinks last night. And he's like, the booze, stay away from the booze, which I know, but it's good to hear him remind me, you know, stay away from the booze. But sometimes I have a drink, but I do see that on the scale. It's so funny. Like the very next day I see it because I think it's like bloating and water weight. And I don't think I've actually gained fat back.
Yeah, but I think here's the thing too. So the accountability coach allows you to ask questions when you need to.
Right.
It allows you. So, I have some people on my roster for accountability. It's the same thing, right? They're up a pound, and it's for some people it's like the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all right. You're down 40, or whatever. Like this is the lowest weight you've ever been.
Yeah.
You're going to fluctuate, especially women with hormones, and different things like that. But it's really having the accountability coach to remind somebody that you're good, follow the process. And so we understand that like you need to live your life, right? We understand you're going to have a drink, you're going to go off, but we have the formula to lose weight.
Right.
And so we often tell ourselves, myself included, these negative beliefs of whatever it is, the negative self-talk, or like I can't lose weight, I have PCOS. My favorite is my doctor said this, right? Great. Doesn't mean you can't lose weight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you control your body, you know it best. And I think doctors mean well, and we talk about this, but doctors label people with things that people believe is absolute truth. But are they always right? No. Right. They're doing the best they can, right? But we pigeonhole people. So when we come into the studio, we want to be like, hey, Leslie, like you got this, right? Yeah, you had a drink, whatever. Yeah, you had a burrito. Just get back on track. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still going to live life. We're just showing you the process in which this is how you do it.
Right.
And there's going to be ups and downs, but just stay the course.
And over Thanksgiving, I mean, I've chosen to do this during, I think, the most difficult seasons. So
but don't you think that was good?
It is good because it really put me up against the challenge of, it'd be easy in spring. There's no holidays surrounding food, but instead I do it over fall and winter. And, but it really, Thanksgiving was a doozy, but within a week I was, right after Thanksgiving, I was back on the food plan, eating what I was supposed to do, eating how much, and it gradually, I made up for it. And
the education we give you on how to simplify the weight loss, you don't forget.
Right.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Right. It's just getting that knowledge. So we talk about this all the time. So I can't help people who don't want to change. And in fact, one of the reasons I meet with clients before they come in is if I know if they don't want to change, we're not going to accept them in the program, right? Part of the thing when we meet, like you literally have to tell me that you need help losing weight. Because if you can't tell me that, it's not going to work because you haven't admitted it to yourself, right? Do you remember when you were like, I need help losing weight versus, can you tell me about that?
Like I said, I thought I was eating healthy. I was eating a lot of processed food. Rice chips. I thought, well, the rice, that's healthy. And it just wasn't coming. Nothing was working. So then I start doing the negative self-talk of, well, I'm never going to be able to lose weight again. I'm just going to have to accept that this is my new body and this is just how it is. And
you feel icky.
I felt icky. Yeah. And I knew I needed to make a change, but I didn't know how else to do it.
Yep.
Because I tried every diet. I did the fasting, intermittent fasting. I would do liquid diets for like 3 days just to like reset my body.
Sure.
Nothing worked. I would eat healthy, what I thought was eating healthy at the time, and nothing was working. So I knew I needed help. So when I knew that I thought it was just, I just need to exercise. But then meeting with you and you explaining that there's this whole food program and the nutrition, and it's not just a diet. It's not a diet.
Right. And did you feel hungry on the nutrition plan we gave you?
Never.
Right. Exactly.
I was having to force myself to eat my snack or eat my dinner because I've been eating all day. And I'm like, this can't, this can't possibly work because I'm so full. But it does. And I just dropped it. It just like started falling off. It was amazing.
It's just eating the right things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So sticking with the food, then I know for you use our supplements, right? So I have like my intro here after I work out. And I know some people like are scared of them, right? Or just supplements in general, not necessarily ours. And I understand because like for the longest time, I didn't really take supplements. But you, and like most people who take them, expedites their results, the prestige supplements. Can you talk about the ones that you've used and the benefit that you've seen?
I use the Burn AM and the protein powder. The protein powder is so delicious. When you said it was really delicious, I was like, yeah, whatever. It's protein powder. I've had protein powder before, but no, this is really, really good. It's like you're drinking a dessert and you feel like you're cheating. So it's a nice little treat. And so I do the Burn AM every day. I did do some of the collagen.
Yep.
Yeah, collagen gummies, which those taste really good too. And they did make my nose.
Hopefully not your nose bigger.
They did not make my nose grow, but they made my hair and my nails grow and stronger. But then I just ended up. I'm not good at taking pills, so I'm lucky I can take the Burn AM every morning. So I just stuck with the Burn AM, and then I do the protein powder as my snack every day.
And how much has that saved you, right? Because we understand that, especially for me, protein's more important than I even thought it was before, right? I knew it was important, but then I started doing more research. And again, you need to get enough protein in per day. Protein makes you more full, so you can have it as a snack and not want more sugary stuff, right? So how important has that been for you to like help with your calorie intake and not overeat and feel full?
Well, it's great because it also is a nice quick.
It's easy.
It's quick and easy. So if, there are some days where, and I don't know, you might want to edit this out. I don't have my breakfast because I don't have time. So I'll just quickly do, a double scoop shake. And then for my snack, I'll have half of what I would have had for breakfast.
Sure, but that's fine.
So, but it gives me that flexibility. So if I'm in a rush, I can at least get my protein, get some calories in, and I'm not feeling, in fact, I have my protein shake in the car right now because I'm not going to be home till like 11. So it's nice to have that. And like I said, it tastes good and there's a lot of protein in each scoop. And you don't have to like eat a ton. And I'm finding myself making my protein gram goal every day so easily. It's not a struggle.
Right. And I think it's funny because you said I have to get my calories in. That's not something you would have said before you started with us.
There are some times where I'm like, I look at my fitness pal, I'm like, I need to eat more.
Right.
I've never said that before in my entire life. Oh no, my calories are too low.
Because you're more educated.
Yeah.
You understand the process now, right? Where when a lot of people try to do it on their own, it doesn't work, right? It's the same reason we tell people like Olympians have coaches. You could be the best tennis player in the world. You don't just walk onto Wimbledon by yourself. You have a team behind you. So if they're an Olympic athlete and they have a team, so if you're just a normal person who has a 9-to-5, who has kids, who has all these responsibilities, you're also going to figure out how to lose weight on your own? Or would you rather just have somebody who knows how to do it and to get you there? Right? So I think that's the whole mentality of like the coach. And that's why it's a transformation center and not just it's a kickboxing class, which is fine. But if you need to lose more than 15 pounds, you need more than just working out.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree with you.
So for you, what was the scariest part of joining a new studio, of coming into a studio? Now you were referred, which is a little bit different, but there's still some trepidation, I believe. So especially as a woman, going to any studio, don't even say mine. Like, what are you most nervous about? Because there's people watching this who want to get fit, but are afraid to make that call, afraid to put their information in online. Like, what are women afraid of?
Other women.
Okay. I thought you were going to say men, but okay.
No. Well, I don't think, I think at this day and age, I expect to see more women in a gym or in a fitness class or, I don't know why. I think women are just more open to taking classes.
Sure.
But I think I was a little nervous that there would be a lot of really fit women who were going to be, making me look like a total slob and not being able to do anything. But there's so many different people in different levels. There are some really good kickboxers that are in some of these classes, and like, oh wow, look how she did that hook. But everybody's at a different level, and it's so I feel so. I had 2 knee replacement surgeries prior to starting this, which was part of what kickstarted my weight gain. And so there's a lot of things I still can't do. And instead of, I'm competitive with myself. So if I was seeing, oh, I'm supposed to be doing that burpee, or I'm supposed to be doing this type of kick, I would be down on myself if I couldn't.
I remember that.
I never feel that way here. And like I will try it, and you were like, stop.
Right. So the whole idea is you want to be safe.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Like one of my favorite sayings, I believe I came up with this. Like diabetes doesn't care about your hook punch. Right. So people will be like, oh, like fix the hook punch up if they see a video. Okay, cool. Like this is a woman who's first started working out, who's not training for a fight, who's trying not to die.
Right.
I don't care what a hook punch looks like, as long as she's safe and as long as she's moving. We'll fix that up later. So for you, I think it was like the roundhouse kicks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, just do the linear kicks.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, right? Like, yeah, you'll work some different muscles, but at the end of the day, does it matter?
Yeah. I'm still moving.
You're still moving and having fun, right? And again, that dopamine after class and feeling good about yourself, it's a whole life-changing thing. So worried about the women being right. What else are we worried about?
Looking the most out of shape. And the other thing, not just the classes, but I was super scared of the food.
Okay.
I was having an anxiety attack. I want to say, like, seriously, the nutrition part freaked me out the most. I must have been texting Josh the night before I was actually starting the food. I don't know what to get. I don't know what to eat. I was freaking out. I was almost having a panic attack. And then once I started eating the food, I was like, oh, okay, it's okay. That was really scary. But yeah, just start and meeting the new coaches and the instructors. I'm like, am I going to like these classes? Is this going to be interesting enough? Am I going to get bored? And you had said when I met with you that you create each class and it's never the same.
Has it been?
No, right. I remember, I don't know if I actually rolled my eyes, but inside I was rolling my eyes when you said that.
Women roll their eyes at me a lot.
Come on, you can't, you're bound to repeat something. No, nothing. And I think what helps with that is that each coach kind of does put their little spin on it too. Yep. So it can't ever be the exact same class. And then you have them do different things, like with rolling the dice. And I don't know, it's always different. And it's always... I'm never bored. I'm never...
You know, it's funny. So we do different things, obviously, from my physical therapy background as well. And some coaches don't like doing like the resistant bands, right? And some clients don't like doing it. We do it for different reasons. One of the reasons is in kickboxing and bodyweight exercises, it's hard to like target the back, right? You need that resistance, that pull. But the other thing is, if we didn't do that, it would always be bodyweight in kickboxing. Right. So you need to change it a little bit. Now, obviously, it's not the whole class, but that's why there's little things in there or little games or like passing the ball. Yeah. Right. Because it has to be a little bit different because number one, you want camaraderie between your friends and you make friends. I think having a community of women who are just trying to better themselves is hugely important to your psyche.
Yeah.
But then you never know. So like when you take your class after this, you don't know what's going to be on it.
No.
Right.
No idea.
And Coach Kat will take, but it's always a good workout because that's how I plan it. Because I know if it starts a little slower with the bands, then we're going to ramp it up later, right? So because I have that knowledge to be able to do that. Was there anything else you were worried about?
Just being able to, I was worried about hurting myself.
Okay, right, with the knee replacements, right?
With the knee replacements, because that's what derailed me in the past is I would push myself to do things that I really shouldn't have been doing. And then I would get hurt. And then I wouldn't be able to kickbox for 2 weeks, so whatever it was. And then I would get depressed, and it was like a cycle.
Right. And so with that being said, it's about sustainability and consistency.
Right.
Which is why, again, we tell people that like, just do what you can.
Yeah.
Just modify.
Yeah. And there's always, every coach is always saying, okay, we're going to do this, or you can do this, or you can do that. And then it's everybody's And so you'll see everybody in class almost doing a completely different thing, but it's what's comfortable and
for them.
safe for them.
I think the biggest thing with anything in life is you need to take the information that you like and make it your own. So when I make the lesson plans or when we train the coaches, it's like, let them do what they want within reason, but that works for them, right? So obviously I think you've seen one of our clients has to sit down in a chair. All right, do it. Right. And we put some little weights next to him so he can do different stuff. But it's like, no one's like, why isn't he standing?
Right.
Right. You do you.
Right.
We're good.
Right.
Kind of thing. What do you like most about our program, the program that we put together? I'm going to put you on the spot. One thing.
My favorite thing. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like the whole program. My favorite thing is the transformation program.
Love it.
The whole
the package.
Because I can't pick just one thing, because there isn't just one thing that's been the most beneficial. It's all of them combined that's created the result that's made me feel better about myself.
Yeah, so like the sum is greater than the parts.
Yeah.
And I think this is where people kind of get messed up, is like, it doesn't mean every boutique fitness, every personal trainer has the whole transformation program. They could have parts of it. Yeah. And that's the difference.
Because I've done parts.
You've done parts, but you need all of them.
I couldn't last. None of them were sustainable.
Yeah, and it's not a knock on them. It's just like you're driving a car, but it has 2 wheels.
Right.
And it needs 4.
Yeah.
Right?
I need 4 wheels.
You need 4 wheels, definitely. And so why do you think you were successful in the program, right? Because we give you the information, we help you along the way, but we don't do the work for you. So what was it about you that made you successful?
I'm amazing.
I agree.
I don't know if you
I just said I knew.
I am awesome. But besides
with great hair, yes. Go ahead.
With great hair, Michelle. Thank you. I really wanted it, and I'm really competitive with myself. And so if I'm going to commit to something, I'm all or nothing. So if I'm going to go balls to the wall, or I'm not going to do anything. So when you guys outlaid the program for me, and you were like, if you follow the program, you will be successful. I'm like, well, damn straight, I'm going to follow this program then, because I want to be successful. That's just my personality. If I'm going to do my best, I want to do my best. So I did my best. And sometimes, some days I'm better than other days, but either way, every day I'm doing the best that I can do that day.
And learning not to beat yourself up.
Right.
Because I have found that people who are all or nothing, if we don't help them, so it's really us changing the mindset, right?
Yeah.
And so we're big on this, but like, if I can't help you change your mindset, that what's going to happen is you're going to go strong for 3-4 weeks,
right? Miss
one class. And now that starts the cascade, which is why we check in with you. We call you, right? We're like, hey, whatever, Leslie, where you at? But yeah, I think that's good. I also knew, I can usually tell on the meeting if the person's ready. And I knew you were.
I was so ready.
Yeah, you could just tell. And I think that definitely helps. You have to, the bigger your desire, the better you will do, right?
Right.
Because it's not necessarily easy work. It can be fun, but it's a lifestyle change. And with that being said, how do you feel like your lifestyle has changed now over, what's it been, 6 months? Did I just make that up? 5?
I think you made that up.
I just throw numbers up.
What's 3 times 6 weeks?
This isn't algebra, Leslie. Okay, it's been a few months, right?
It's about 4 months.
4 months.
I have to count on my fingers. Everything's become, it's the way I eat, the way I think, the way I plan my day, the way I self-talk. Because like you said, people who are all or nothing, they'll go crazy and then they make one slip up and then they're like, well, forget it. And that is me. But Josh kept saying, just come back to it. Just do better. Like, you can do better tomorrow, start over. And that kind of self-talk that it's okay. I got this. Now I know how to do it. Just do it. You have the knowledge. Just do it. And so I messed up over Thanksgiving, but
not even a mess up. Not even a mess up, though, right?
Right.
You're living your life.
I was living my life,
right. And I think that's an important point, because you didn't mess up. Like, you literally can't mess up.
Right.
You just get back on track.
Right.
Right. It's that whole. And the
Thank
more,
you for reminding me that.
yeah, that's my job. So I think the more you get in and the more, listen, so I've worked with the public. I've been teaching 716 martial arts, then a physical therapist, and now even a fitness coach. And it's really kind of reprogramming what people tell themselves and giving them hope and reminding them that, like, listen, you didn't mess up because that's negative. Like, you really can't mess up. Maybe you wanted that glass of wine.
I really did.
So have it, right? Last time I checked, you were over 21, all right? So just do it, but like, just get back on track, right? It was my dog's birthday the other day.
I saw that. Happy birthday, Happy.
Happy birthday to Happy. He turned 7, and we got him a cupcake, right? So now there was other cupcakes left. We got him a human cupcake. So I took the frosting off a little bit. Yeah. But there was more of those cupcakes like left over. I think I ate 2 of them. I don't eat cupcakes, but I was like, oh, this isn't great. But I was like, I'll just work out a little harder next time, right? Or like, okay, I'll just kind of have a protein shake. But I didn't beat myself. I really wanted the cupcake because it was just there. Yeah. Right. The white frosting and like the vanilla. It was awesome. But I wouldn't do that every day because then I'm not going to feel good.
That's what I was going to say too, is it was like, okay, you can have that drink. You can have that Thanksgiving stuffing, but don't do it every day. Like that was the mindset I had to do too. It's like, yeah, you can have that. You can have that. You can have a piece of pizza. You can have ice cream. You can have birthday cake. You can, just don't,
overindulge.
Yeah, because there were some things where I was eating pizza like, I don't know, 3-4 times a week before I started here thinking, oh, this is normal. No.
Right.
But it was okay to have it, that one night. And then, I could probably have it next weekend if I want to, because it's been a while since I've had pizza. But I think it was just because if you build on those poor choices, that's what will derail you. And it's okay if you like make a choice to have something that's maybe not the healthiest, but then just don't keep doing it. Because that was my all or nothing too, was, oh, well, I blew it. So I'm just going to go out and go get a big juicy hamburger with onion rings. And because I just screwed up, but I don't think that way anymore.
And how important is it to be transparent, honest with your coach and tell and log that into your MyFitnessPal and show him?
Yes.
It's a whole mentality shift.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Even me personally, when I was eating less calories for like a photo shoot and I was tracking it, it changed the whole way I thought. Yeah. Because I have to weigh in, I do all this stuff. And then when I stopped doing that, the weight came back on. Right. Which was okay for me because I was just doing it to get down a little bit. But it's really important to put that stuff in your log so your coach can see it. Because then we're not going to have any idea why your calories said you were under, but the weight is higher. Right. Because people omitted. Right. Right. So you just have to be honest. We're not going to yell at you. No. But we just have to know.
And Josh never yells.
Yeah.
He laughs at me.
Yeah. That means he likes you. So now let's talk about, so when people get in shape, especially with women, it's been very normal for society to tell women, you look great when you're 65 pounds overweight.
Yeah. Nobody said that to me, by the way.
All right. But like you can't be like Lesli. Like as a man, I could not be like, Lesli, you're overweight. Oh, right? No. Because society says I can't do that. Who's that hurting?
Me.
Exactly. Right? So like we cannot normalize like being this much overweight. Why? Well, because eventually your friends' diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, heart attacks, amputations are going to happen because we weren't being honest, right? But 2 things happen. Some people will be like, hey, Lesli, no, you look great. Don't lose weight. Why? Because they're going to be jealous if you do lose the weight.
Right, because then they look bad.
Okay. The other thing can happen is that you can inspire other people to lose weight. And I know at least number 2 happened with you, with your husband.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So he's not even in the program.
He makes me mad. I was legit getting jealous. I'm like, stop looking so good.
So what happened with that? You inspired him to lose weight?
Well, it was actually really, he wanted to help me because he knew that this was important to me. He knew I was anxious about the food. He knew that he knew I really wanted this because he knew I wasn't myself. I wasn't, the Lesli he'd married. I mean, I was, but whatever.
You do have better hair now.
I have better hair now. I fit into my clothes better. Anyway, I didn't have to go shopping again. But
so what you're saying is we saved you money, basically.
You saved me money.
Your husband, you're welcome. You're welcome.
But he wanted to support me. So he wanted to be supportive and help me through this. So I think I'm lucky in that. I don't think everybody has a husband or kids who are going to eat the same foods they eat.
Yeah, we hear it all the time.
So I was really lucky that he wanted to do this. But then I got pissed because I'm like, stop eating all my food. Stop eating.
And your supplements.
Stop taking all my protein. Like, what are you doing? But he looks amazing. He's lost 30 pounds. And I never thought he needed to, but I didn't know things about my husband that I thought I knew. He didn't feel good about himself. He was feeling like he didn't look good, and he had, didn't like what he saw in the mirror. I had no clue until he started losing it, and then I'm like, damn, I have a really hot husband. and I'm like,
if you have more children, I'm not responsible. You have more children.
Well, I told him, like, you're not allowed to leave the house like that because you like way too good.
Put your clothes on.
Yeah.
So you inspired him.
I did inspire him. And now he eats just as healthy as I do. It changed his mindset as well. He's like, oh, and he doesn't feel like I have to convince him about the negative self-talk. He's like, he just came back from a guy's trip and he totally went off the rails. But I'm like, it's okay. He's like, oh, I feel so, but it's funny when you do eat poorly, you feel just,
right.
Inside.
Yeah. You feel tired.
You feel tired. You feel
unmotivated
and just dirty.
You feel dirty.
Feel dirty. So I'm like, it's okay. Just get back on it. So last night before he came home, I made a bunch of 99% lean ground turkey, have it all packed away, food prepped for him. Food prep has been the biggest too. That has been pre-planning, having that food ready so that when it's time to have that meal, you have the food has been huge. And it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I cook up the ground turkey and because that's quick. So I do that a lot. Chicken, bison, love bison.
Bison is very good.
Bison, venison. We got ground venison the other day.
You can stop right there. Delicious. No, I'm all set. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't even miss beef. and when I had beef, I was like, things taste weird. But now he's it's like, yep, I'm just going to get back into it and I'll be fine. He's not wanting to weigh himself, but that's okay.
Yeah. And I think that, that's one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast now is because like there's women where you were 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
We'll say 5.
And let's say they started 5 months ago. They'd be where you were, you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's really about showing people that it can happen.
Yes.
It's not impossible.
No.
You just need to find the right program that works for you.
Right.
Right. And don't beat yourself up.
Right. Yeah. You really can't beat yourself up.
Have people come up to you? And told you? Here. What did they say?
I feel like the ladies that come to class see me more than anyone else at this point. And I've gotten so much, everybody's so supportive anyway. But then I'll get these, and I carry these. I think as women, we take more stock into what other women think of us. You always say like you're getting dressed up. Like when you go out at night, most women are dressing for other women, not for men, because
they're not dressing for me.
No.
Okay.
They don't care what you think. But it's more like, oh, I want to make sure I look good, so these other girls, or whatever. So I think we judge each other and ourselves more than anyone else does, more ourselves. But so when I started losing the weight and it started coming off, I was immediately, a couple of ladies that I see every Monday, Wednesday, Friday are like, you look good. How much have you lost? And I'm like, oh, and I still carry that positive comments with me. Like, I don't even think they realize how, like, I went home and I was like, she said, I look really good. Like she could tell I've lost a lot of weight. I get it.
And I think that comes with being around a community of people who are thinking the same.
Yeah. Nobody's judging.
But to them, that's inspiration.
Yes.
So they want to tell you that.
Yeah.
I think sometimes if you don't have that community, like literally other people are going to try to self-sabotage you. Or I don't know if it would be self-sabotage or like sabotage you.
Yeah.
Being like, are you okay? Are you sick?
I hope they don't say that.
But that when people, listen, hate only comes from below. nobody who is like above you is going to be like stop improving yourself.
Right.
Right. So if other people are improving themselves and they see you, you're in the same train, where someone who wants to change, but is not taking any steps to do that is going to be jealous.
Yeah. I've gotten that from a couple of coworkers. We had a work lunch.
But this is what I'm saying, because they're not in the community of love.
Right.
Is that creepy?
Like, why are you eating that? Why are you
exactly.
Don't
Tell me about
salad.
that. Yeah. Eat what we're eating. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No,
have the cheeseburger with ranch dressing.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Enchiladas.
And I think it's important for people to have that community to prop them up. Or like, so we talked about this for another podcast, but like I've been teaching, so I've had the studio pretty much since I've been like 16. So through every like major life event, the studio's been there. And even though the people have changed, I mean, some have stayed the same and some who still aren't here, I still talk to. But the community of people that come through my studio uplift me more than they know.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm fortunate, like I get to come to my business where people who want to better themselves just come to me all day.
Yeah. Right.
They literally just keep coming to me. They're literally like, I love this program, but like when I'm going through crap, they're there and I see Lesli doing her thing. And she comes up to me, you know what I'm saying? She says this. So like, for me, it's the same thing. It's that community of bettering yourself, of self-improvement, of let's just do this together. Even though we're on our own paths.
Right.
You have like a team.
We're all on the same boat. We're just in different cabins and on different decks.
Exactly. And I'm steering the ship.
Is that a good one?
I love it. Yeah. I get next podcast, I'm going to have a captain hat.
Yeah.
So for you then, why do you think most people just stay overweight? So I don't know the stats exactly, but I think it's like 80% of Americans are overweight.
We don't know. I don't know what you should be eating. Like I said, I always thought I ate healthy, except for the pizza nights. I knew that wasn't healthy, but I thought otherwise I was eating healthy, and I don't think I really knew what, because they're constantly bombarded with this diet and do this and do low carb and keto and do that, and this nutrition plan is not exclusionary of anything. I eat carbs. I eat fat. I eat a lot of protein. But it's not just exclusively protein, which I think about when I tell people it's a high protein, nutrition plan. They're like, oh, so you just eat a lot of protein. And I'm like, no, I eat the right proteins too.
And your body needs fat and carbs.
Your body needs fat and carbs, because when I notice if I cut out that avocado at dinner and I didn't get enough calories, and I end up losing more weight because I'm eating the fats and eating the carbs and getting that energy from all the foods I'm eating, not just the protein.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I don't think people know that your body needs carbs, it needs fats, and it needs proteins. That's why they exist.
Right. And the leafy greens.
Like cavemen wouldn't be like, oh crap, there's too many carbs in this, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Definitely staying away from this tonight. Give me some berries, right? You didn't know that. You just had to eat. So your body has processes to digest and use all of those, right? So you do need it, but it's the moderation. It's how much you're getting.
Right.
So do you think it's also that people stay overweight because they get down on themselves and they beat themselves up?
Yes. And they think they can't. They think that they can't lose the weight or they can't improve, and especially as we get older, I think we think, well, too late now. I'm not in my 20s anymore, so I'm just going to let myself go. Or, maybe you're not saying those exact words, but I think, I'm in my late 40s. I don't care.
No one's going to see this.
No, no one's going to see this. And I think you start to think, your body slows down, your metabolism slows down. You don't, maybe you're married and you're settled with something and your life's fine. And so you think you don't need to look your best anymore because, and I think people just, you get in like a funk almost and just a very
Yeah. And I think you don't know where to turn. You try to do it on your own.
Right.
And then you realize you're not educated in this.
Right.
I'm not a construction worker. I can't build a house. I'm not about to try and live in it. Right. So if it's weight loss, just go to somebody who knows what they're doing.
Right.
But you bring up an interesting point because I do feel, now I'm not married. I do feel that when people do get married.
I know a girl. I do. If you're,
Is she blonde?
she's great. Huh?
Is she blonde?
No.
Forget about it.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Forget about it.
All right. So I'm not married, but I do feel that when people get married, maybe they lose that, let's say, competitive edge.
Yes.
They feel comfortable.
Yes. You get comfortable and you let yourself go.
You let yourself go.
You let yourself go.
As somebody who's married, though, like you said, you didn't know that your husband was thinking this way.
Yeah.
Well, don't you think on some level, if you're both not feeling your best, then your marriage can't be the best?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. So I meet with women, and I think a lot of times women and mothers are taught to sacrifice their own health for everybody else.
Yes.
And you know where it leads you? It leads you to me. But it leads you to, I'm depressed. I'm not confident. I don't look like my self-confidence is like a 0 to 10. I don't like the way I look out of the shower. But I doing all this stuff, right? I have no time for me. Well, do you think you're the best mom or wife you can be if you don't have anything to give?
Right. And you need to make yourself a priority.
The priority.
Those things are and I don't have children. So if, of course, as a mother, your kids are going to be, they should be one of your main priorities, if not your priority. And your husband, your family should be a priority. And a lot of times I think as women, we put all of this on us. The house is our, we have to take care of the house. We have to take care of the husband. We have to take care of the kids. We have to take care of the parents. We have to take care of everything.
And how can you not burn out if you're not doing anything for yourself?
Exactly.
And I think as I evolve as a trainer, it's really about making clients, mostly women, understand that you have to be the priority.
You do.
The cool thing is we're making you the priority. Like you get to come somewhere where Marc and his coaches make you the priority. It's all about you when you're here.
Yeah.
Right? Like we might talk about your family life or whatever, but everybody loves attention. And that's what I'm saying. This is when you really learn, I need to make myself a priority.
Yeah.
Right. And I, listen, maybe because I'm an only child, right? But I understood that I had to have time for myself and take care of myself. And even growing up, people would be like, they say it to this day, which I think is funny, but you're a narcissist or whatever, or you're self-absorbed. First of all, I help people for a living. So by definition, I can't be a narcissist. Right. But remember, people want to pull you down because they can't do it.
Right.
Or, so how can I not be taking care of myself if I have 200 plus members to help? Right. Or as a physical therapist, I have a whole caseload. Would you rather me be a physical therapist that's depressed and overweight?
Right.
Or would you rather me make time for myself so I can give you the best experience possible? And I think this is where society has just trained us to
you're selfish.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. I should be. Should I not? Shouldn't everybody?
Right.
Because wouldn't you rather have somebody help you who's selfish, taking care of themselves first, and then can help you?
Right. Right.
Makes sense.
Like the mask on the airplane.
Put your mask on first.
Put yours on first before you assist your child, even your child.
and that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So what's the next goal we're working on for you?
Well, I just want to also, it's not just about the weight loss. It is about the health. I think when I came to you, I talked to you about those weird headaches that I would get. And I swear I thought I was having an aneurysm every time because, it wasn't just a migraine pain. It was, the vision, you get the weird, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. I do not have them anymore. So and I don't know if it was a blood pressure thing, if it was a cholesterol, I have no idea.
It could have been that. It could have been muscle.
It could have been, it could have been stress. Because now I have a stress release.
Right.
I don't have those anymore. But now that I say that.
You won't. Don't knock the set down, please. You already knocked that down. We're still going to film if everything falls on us. That actually would
be hilarious. And just my joints, because I'm not carrying around that extra weight, I have osteoarthritis. So that's why I needed 2 knee replacements. And even after the knee replacements, carrying that extra weight was pain, not the best. And now that I'm not carrying that extra weight, my joints don't hurt. My knees feel so much better, even just, this is I'm not even a year after my most recent knee replacement, and I feel 100 times better than I did before I even had the knee. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just the knee, but
the take home from this is movement is medicine.
Yes.
And people need to understand that. Right. And I think that's one of the benefits of me being a therapist, where like, I don't care if you're all titanium. I can help you if you have a desire. Right. So people, and rightfully so, people think, oh, I got replacements. I don't know if I can do it.
You can do it.
Do you want to do it? Then I got you.
Right.
Right. Or are we going to use that as a limitation?
Right.
You have to make that decision. So what advice, for the last question, what advice do you have to people who want to change? They want to get more fit. They are where you were 5 months ago, but they don't know what to do. Can you just look at the camera? There's a camera here. And just tell them what you think they should do from your experience to get started, to lose weight, to feel better, to be the best version that they can be.
Can I do the canned response of call Bochner?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Make an appointment with Marc.
And we can do remote training. So if you're even in Alaska, I can still help you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, right? But they'll Zoom in, right? Or they have on-demand videos with Marc.
Yeah.
But let's just say they can't. They don't want to call me for whatever reason. What can they do?
I will say, you need to commit to yourself. You need to commit to wanting. Having the desire isn't enough. It's really making yourself the priority, putting yourself first, and really being serious about it. I guess that would be the first, because without, like you said, without the desire,
take action.
Then you're not going to do anything, no matter what golden egg you're given, you know?
Yeah, I think that was perfect. I think it's, you have the desire, but then you need to take positive action to get you there. Right. And understand that even on the journey, there's going to be ups and downs.
Right.
It doesn't mean it has to knock you off your journey. Right.
It doesn't.
Every hero has a challenge.
Yep.
Right. It's just they got through the challenge because they didn't give up.
Right. Keep moving forward. Do the best you can.
And have fun. Well, Lesli, this was great. I'm excited for your future transformations. I know you're still working with Coach Josh.
Yes.
He fills me in all the time. So just stay on course, have fun, set those goals, and then we'll do another podcast when we're really at. Oh, and don't forget to drink from your mug.
I forgot. It's full.
It's definitely full.
It's very, very hot still.
Hello, my name is Dr. Marc Bochner. Don't forget to check out my new book, Pug Learns to Believe. Hey guys, Dr. Marc here. Now I know a lot of you want to know how we get all these amazing results with our clients, and it comes down to 3 things. The first is fun fitness classes that burn a lot of calories. 2 is giving you an accountability coach to make sure you stay on track and get the best results. And 3 is the nutrition. Included in the nutrition is our food supplements. So we pair with Prestige Labs because I feel they are the best, they have integrity, and they get great results. These are actually the supplements that I take as well. Here's the awesome part. By clicking the link below, you can save 40% off the retail price. So you need that link to actually save 40%. If you just go to the normal site without my link, you're paying full price, okay? So these are the supplements my clients use. If you are interested, definitely click the link below and it'll tell you all about them.